Don we now our gay apparel.
How do we want to do this?
Christmas time is here.
Welcome to the Nerdly Kingdom,
Happiness
where we talk about
and
Christmas stuff.
cheer.
There
is more
We can't sing
to
two different songs at the same time.
That I cannot.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, mostly. Did anyone see the new Grinch movie?
The new Grinch?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay, well then, that a lot of good new guys are.
Have you?
No,
I've
but
been
I had
playing-
never planned on watching it.
I have done absolutely nothing for the past month but play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Figures. First thing we're going to
That
talk
has been my
about
priority.
is whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas
I've
movie.
got you. Hold
It
on. Let me
is.
pull up the.
I believe in the poll, it barely won.
Good. It
Barely
better have.
won as a Christmas movie. Not that I care one way or the other.
We had a couple people comment on both our Instagram and on our Facebook
even vote
stating
to
that
make it
it
more fair.
is. Oh, I
didn't-
voted.
I
Screw
didn't
William.
because I didn't even know it was a thing.
You should pay attention to our social medias,
Yeah, check out our Twitter at @the_nerddom.
where we will probably do more sarcastic polls.
Yeah.
I
So,
actually will make a poll right
the
now
official
asking
thing-
whether or not we want more sarcastic polls.
Help settle an argument. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie, or is it just a movie that takes place during Christmas? 52% said yes, it is a Christmas movie. 40% said no, it's just during Christmas. And a whopping 8% said, what's Die Hard?
I'm glad I added that option. I wonder if those are serious. The world may never know.
Who knows? I don't. That should be the next poll.
So
What?
Die Hard is officially a Christmas movie. Just like I've always
So
said
Die
it was.
Hard, yeah. According to us, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Apparently. I guess the only thing we can really... Well, first of all, do we want to talk about... Did I hear somewhere that Krampus and...
You heard it from me.
I thought I did, but
Yes.
Trick or Treat are in the same universe?
Yes. It's being heavily implied that Trick or Treat and Krampus are in the same universe. Apparently, there was a deleted scene from Krampus that ties the two movies together, and then they're thinking that the new Trick or Treat movie is going to
Making a new Trick or Treat movie?
Yeah, they're going to make a second Trick or Treat movie, and
Nice.
it is going to tie them even closer together, which could almost make Trick or Treat a Christmas movie.
As much as Nightmare Before Christmas. I want to go... Oh, man. I was about to say, they should do the other holidays. Like, are they going to make St. Patrick's Day? Like,
They already have its Leprechaun.
That's my point. They're going to make it canon that it's part of those movies.
Canon.
Speaking of Krampus...
I still haven't seen Krampus, and I
Best
need
movie.
to. So many people
Christmas
have told me I
movie.
need
I
to.
haven't
Best
seen it
movie.
either. I've
It's
heard
like
it's really good.
best ending. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it had to have a cheesy ending. I just knew it did. There's like it's like one of those where, oh, everyone's gonna die, or the one or two people are gonna live. And be like, yeah, but they didn't do that, and it was amazing, and I loved it. But there's something else. It's the funny thing is that they kind of. It's kind of lampshading. They're kind of lampshading their own ridiculousness, like for people. So people don't go, man, this movie was stupid and silly. Like, even the characters in the movie acknowledge how just stupid the whole situation is.
Which movie are we talking about?
Krampus.
Krampus.
Like, he sees like a teddy. He like shoots a teddy bear with like a shotgun and it blows up, and like I think it's the teddy bear, something, and like it keeps moving, comes at him. He's like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Well, and the thing is,
it's
it's like
hilarious
I
to
wouldn't
me.
expect anything less out of that movie because of the cast they got. Like, that is not the cast to a serious horror movie.
No.
At all.
It does. It kind of. I mean, maybe, I wonder if I can find it. We should just watch it after this. I wonder if Alicia will want to watch it. It's a good movie. It's not the best movie ever, but it's a decent Christmas movie if you don't like Christmas movies.
I feel most Christmas movies are kind of like that.
Well,
Like
this
the
is-
ones that you enjoy. It's like
I feel like this is far and above most Christmas movies, but it's because it's not a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
horror movie.
It's not a Christmas value movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's talk about the only movie we can really talk about right now, the Christmas Chronicles. We were talking last time about how
we can
Netflix is stepping
talk
up its
about
game.
we can talk about other Christmas movies we like too.
We'll talk about
get
this
through
one.
covering it.
First, I'll talk about the crap I didn't like. There was no reason. Didn't add anything to the movie. Didn't really do anything. It just made things confusing and annoying. There was no reason for those elves not to just speak English. It just made it obnoxious, in my opinion. It's such a nitpick.
It's one of those things where you imagine people sitting around a long table going, okay, studies show that children love CGI that does not speak in English.
Yeah, I felt it was weird, but
banana.
it was
Pretty
very
much. It was very much Minions-esque.
Yeah, except not
I know
cute.
in the trailer I was like, what the fuck are those things?
Literally, the elves are probably the lamest part of the movie, but the movie's still so enjoyable that you just kind of
Can we talk
get
about
over
those
it.
elves?
They look like the dog from Despicable Me.
There's this one scene where the elves come out and are like harassing these bad guys. And they're doing things like comic book kind of things, like leaning over so they trip over them. They're dragging them out. They throw one guy into the trash, and it's like, oh, this is all fun and games. And then it comes to the main character, and he pulls out a chainsaw, and he's going to cut him in half. What the hell was that? That was just such a serious shift all of a sudden.
You just went from 0 to 5,000, sir.
So did they.
I feel like if you're gonna do elves in a Christmas movie, they need to be Oompa
Children.
Loompa-esque.
Well, they
More-
went Keebler.
My
More
favorite,
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, not Willy Wonka.
Well,
and
see,
Chocolate
my
Factory.
favorite elves idea of elves is probably from the Santa Claus. With Tim Allen. I don't know. There's something about
Elf.
I like the Polar Express elves.
I like the elves too. I just like that they wore the traditional outfits from the old stop motion. But I don't know. In the Santa Claus, I liked the idea of children playing these hundreds of year old elves.
I will say this: the Polar Express is a very boring and very lame movie. But its depiction of the North Pole is probably my favorite in any Christmas movie ever.
Okay.
I don't remember the North Pole in it.
I haven't
It's
seen it.
cool.
I just remember
The
the
elves
train.
are cool. Everything about the North Pole.
remember
Well, when you're at
there's
the
a
North
train,
Pole, lots of things are going to be
And I
very
remember
cool.
that Tom Hanks was there. And
Tom
I
Hanks played
remember
every character
it was
in that
some
movie.
kid's fever dream. And
I think the best part of that movie was at the very end of the movie. I guess. I don't know which end you're talking about, but no, I'm talking
I just
about.
happened to say the end.
I'm talking about. Sorry, I should have specified. I'm talking about Christmas Chronicles.
Oh,
The best part of that movie is towards the end. Mrs. Claus is doing her whole thing.
that's his real.
Is it?
By the way, yeah,
I
that's
figured it
that's,
was.
Who plays
Goldie
her?
Hawn.
Goldie.
She looked familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's his
I
wife.
Yeah,
I couldn't figure out who it was, but I didn't bother
Mrs.
to look
Claus
either.
is played by his actual wife. I thought that was cute.
She's walking away. She's like, "Do you want to watch a Christmas movie? It's a Wonderful Life, whatever the other one is." And Alicia goes, "Die Hard!" And we had to pause the movie because we couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "Oh boy!" I've even brought Alicia in on that joke. But other than that, that was regardless of how good or bad you may think the movie is, Kurt Russell as
It's a fantastic
the Santa Claus is just the
God.
best thing ever. But maybe that's because I'm so cynical and he's a very angry Santa. Not a very angry Santa, a very cynical Santa.
He's a very dry
Like,
Santa.
the thing
Russell
is-
as Santa is something we've needed for a long time.
At one point, they see him and they're like, "You're Santa." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You don't look like Santa." He's like, "Why? Because I'm not a fat tub of lard?" He's just so offended by it.
And it's they try and get him to do the ho ho ho.
It's like, I don't ho ho ho. I think the ho 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 was supposed to ho 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 in Christmas bugs the frack out of me because it's just like the other Christmas thing, A Christmas Carol. Is it A Christmas Carol?
With a ghost.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not bah humbug. It's not or bah humbug. It's not one word. It's not bah humbug. Bah was an exclamation that doesn't have any actual spelling, but he had to spell it because it's written down somehow, like bah humbug.
Ah, humbug.
Wow.
Wah, humbug. We need a Mario Christmas Carol.
Oh my God, I'd pay money for
Starring
that.
Waluigi as Scrooge, Wario as the Ghost of Christmas Present, Luigi as the Ghost of Christmas Past, Mario as Bob Cratchit.
Bowser could be the ghost
Bowser's
of
the
Christmas
Ghost
future.
of Christmas yet to come.
Yeah, yet to come.
Toad is Tiny
not
Tim.
in the movie.
Toad
Tiny
is
Tim.
Tiny
Tiny Tim is always annoying.
God bless us, everyone.
Bless us,
Who plays Jacob Marley?
A Goomba.
See, that's who I expected to be be Luigi.
Yeah. Ghost of Christmas Past can be...
Wait, no. Ghost of Christmas Past is Wario. Ghost of Christmas Future is Waluigi. And Ghost of Christmas Present, the really hedonistic one, that'll be Donkey Kong. Because he's supposed to be really big.
But then who's Bowser?
Bowser's the Ghost of Christmas Future. Waluigi
Bowser
is
is Scrooge.
No, Waluigi is Scrooge.
Because he's gonna wow
so that he can go,
humbug.
wah, humbug.
Okay, fine.
You
Fine,
can't,
that's right.
erase the entire basis of our joke.
Wario.
Bowser can be Tiny Tim.
Ghost of Christmas Past is Dry Bones.
Dim bones. No, that the dry
Bro,
bones
that's
would be
Ghost
around
of Christmas
him.
yet to
Like
come. Wario can be
Wario.
Ghost of Christmas.
Wario could be the one that's all big and stuff.
Ghost of
because,
Christmas Present.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong can be the guy that is asking for donations for the poor.
Because he
Him and
has a
Diddy
tie.
Kong.
What now?
You know, the two little kids.
Diddy Kong is the poor.
What a stupid conversation.
Can't I have just one coin? A simple power up, please?
A Mario
You have
Christmas.
so many bricks. I just want one block.
And have so many coins, Waluigi.
And at the end, you find out the whole thing was just a dream because Waluigi ate some bad mushrooms.
Wow.
It's all
What the shit?
I genuinely would watch this.
So is the girl that he was going to try to marry, is that going to be Peach or
That's Daisy.
Daisy?
Peach is Bob Cratchit's wife.
Oh, okay.
I need them.
Mario Universe needs more females.
I need like a
It can be
Waluigi and a
Birdo.
Wario. I need like
Birdo's,
a Waluigi
what
and
is
a
Birdo?
Wario version of
Birdo's
ladies.
a trans woman.
Really? Cool.
Only in the Japanese versions because when Birdo came out, the
We
US
still have
wouldn't take it.
Toadette as well. Toadette can be.
Can Bowsette be
Well,
in
no,
it?
the
Bowsette?
kids are Toad, Toadette, and another Toad.
Technically speaking, Toadette's not female.
No toads have gender.
Yeah.
Well, Toad's still a stupid nerd. I'm gonna punch
Toad
him in
is
the
a stupid
face.
nerd. I hate Toad.
God bless us.
Everyone!
Yeah, that sounds about
to
right.
go raspy when you talk like Toad. Because if you just talk like this, it's not Toad. But if you add some rasp to it,
I had some razzle dazzle.
give him the old razzle dazzle.
That sounds like Djibouti Dub's voice they use when they do the Copper Pan Lady.
That voice actually hurts. Anyways,
Hey, wanna try some of my big fat dubs? That's
what I'm going to go back to, Bah Humbug, he had to spell the Bah somehow. It's supposed to be like Bah Humbug. And Ho 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 was supposed to be spelling of a big laughter. It's supposed to be Ho Ho Ho. It's not Ho Ho Ho. It's just laugh. It's laugh, laugh, laugh. It's not 3 words he says.
LOL.
Yeah.
ho ho ho.
Hi,
And a
I'm the new
bottle of
Santa.
rum.
LOL. Merry Christmas. No, Merry Xmas.
Valley
Happy
Girl Christmas.
holidays.
Nearly Kingdom presents the Valley Girl Christmas.
LOL.
OMG,
Hashtag
LOL, Merry Chrysler.
holidays.
Mary Chrysler.
Merry Crimbus.
But what were we talking about? We got distracted with
Kurt Russell's
Kurt
hair.
Russell
And if we
is
haven't talked about his hair,
Santa
we
Claus.
should. That hair
And
was
Quentin
nice.
Tarantino's
Well done.
Santa
Hair.
Origin.
His hair was
I was
fantastic.
trying to figure out how he cut his beard the whole movie. Because it
That
looked
he
really
makes
good.
the elves do it.
No, I mean, like in real life, the beard looked really good. I was figuring that out. I didn't even look at the hair.
Kurt Russell is the king of facial hair in movies.
He really is.
You can
There's-
judge the
I'm
quality.
so patchy here. I'll never be
you
able to
can
match
judge
that.
the quality
And
of a Kurt Russell movie based on what facial hair he's rocking.
It's funny. The very next movie I watched was Guardian of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, really?
It wasn't even intentional.
I watched
I just
Really?
got more Kurt Russell
I watched
facial hair.
Tombstone yesterday,
God,
so
I
I'm
love
in
that movie so
I'm in a Kurt
much.
Russell
Who is he in
bender
Tombstone?
right now.
He plays Wyatt Earp.
Does he?
Yep.
It's been a very long time since I've seen Tombstone.
Love that movie.
Have some issues with Tombstone, so I don't watch it.
It's understandable.
I love
It's
Tombstone.
it's not nothing to do with the movie.
No, I know.
Yeah.
We've talked about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I know.
There's so many actors in that movie that I didn't realize who they were.
Val Kilmer,
Michael Rooker
Michael Rooker,
Is
It's
in
Michael
there.
Rooker.
And it took me forever to
Elliott.
recognize him, but when I did, I went,
I mean,
holy
like, who's
shit.
Michael Rooker?
Michael Yondu.
Oh,
Yondu,
I
yeah.
don't,
Thomas Hayden Church.
I don't know that at any point I ever knew his actual name.
Oh my God. I forgot
Michael
his-
Biehn,
Bill
Bill Paxton, Sam Elliott,
someone
Bill
else.
Paxton?
Powers Booth.
You're naming a lot of people I don't know.
Charlton Heston's
He
in that
played-
movie.
Yeah, but no, it's the guy who played oh, I can't remember, but it's the one why Ike, where you going with that shotgun, Doc? I didn't know you was back in town.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton, that's the name I was going for.
Thanks for tuning in to Nerdly Kingdom's Christmas podcast. Happy Tombstone.
Okay, look.
You're a daisy if you do.
Tombstone is one of my top most quotable movies. It's right up there with Oh Brother, Where Art Thou and Mean Girls.
It really is. Tombstone's very quotable. Tombstone's got some great dialogue.
And there's one station that will play Oh Brother, Where Art Thou and Tombstone back to back all the
really?
time. And I am living for it every single time because I will quote both those movies.
Tombstone is
I use the GIF,
blockbuster western.
What a weird Christmas podcast.
but I literally have the GIF reaction of the cowboy going, well, bye.
Well, bye.
And I use it all the time.
Okay.
My
This Christmas, I wanna give you my heart. But not if you can't spell rapping and raping apart. All right, moving on.
Brush up on your grandma. I really, at first, I thought you were about to sing,
This Christmas, I gave you my heart.
yeah, that one.
But
the very next day, you gave it away.
That song makes me want to kill myself. It's like
This
every other
year
song on the radio.
to save you from
And it's
tears.
only got two verses just over and over and over and over and over and over and over and
Okay,
over.
I got this. Let's bash some Christmas music.
I hate Christmas
finish-
shoes.
We didn't
hate the song Christmas Shoes.
I used to cry to that song as a child.
That is the worst song
I want to
ever.
buy
Are we not gonna finish
these
talking about Christmas
shoes
Chronicles
for
first?
my mom, please.
Hold on, let's put a pin in that. I just want to finish this movie review, then we can go
And
way
I
off the
want it
rails.
to look beautiful. Okay.
Christmas Chronicles. Christmas Chronicle? The Christmas
Yeah.
Chronicle? Christmas Chronicles with
The
an S?
Chronicles
Kurt
of
Russell's
Narnia.
Santa Claus.
Kurt Russell's Santa
is
Claus.
coming to town.
One thing I loved about
Santa
that
Claus
movie,
4, more floor. Sorry, I'll stop now.
One thing I loved about that movie, it's so weird because like it explains everything with him having magical items. Like he's not magic, he just has magical items. That's how he moves fast. That's how he does everything.
He's a really OP D&D character
And then at the end,
with a big bag of
then
holding.
at the end they pull a full on if you've ever seen the Phineas and Ferb Christmas, that where Santa's basically just an all-knowing being. Turns out that like most of all of that's a lie, and he could have done anything at any of it at any point, and he's just doing it to teach these kids a lesson. And it's so funny to me because
Santa is a bored elder god.
they pulled the OG Santa Claus power, which is really weird, and did the whole nose thing.
Yeah.
Because they even do that in like
Everything. Like everything.
yeah, but the main thing I noticed it in was A Night Before Christmas. Because that's how in like some old poem, that's how he moves up through chimneys. He puts his finger over one nostril. And so apparently he is just magic. And now I'm confused as to what he is.
He's like God. He knows
is God.
everything and he can do anything, but he gives you free will to teach you a lesson.
There's a scene in a prison cell where Kurt Russell lead sings in a rock and roll Christmas song.
and it's
And
glorious.
it's fantastic.
One of my favorite
It's so weird.
One of my favorite tropes is Santa getting thrown in jail or Santa being interrogated by the police. It's
Okay.
something that happens in the Santa Claus too, and I
Remember
love
I
it.
told you there's that lawyer channel I watch, and sometimes he reviews lawsuits. Like he did one for It's Always Sunny. He actually did he reviewed the court case during which one is it? Is it Miracle on 34th Street? The one where Santa ends up being like they have to prove that he's actually the Santa Claus or he's getting arrested. Some classic
Yeah.
Christmas movie. And so you have a lawyer reviewing how accurate that is, and it's actually really funny.
Really?
And he like, I'm not talking about, and at the end, he's like, it wasn't that realistic, but I'm not talking bad about a classic Christmas movie. So I'll give it 4 candy canes out of 5. But it was the whole thing was weird. Like, he's supposed to be a master toy maker, but he never makes toys. He just, like, starts vomiting them up outside of his coat out of nowhere.
He already made them.
Where were they? They frisked him.
He got big pockets.
He might, actually. They did have Time Lord
They're bigger on the inside.
So Santa has, like, Santa's bag isn't full of toys. It's full of, like, this giant elf station, which might be the North Pole, and, like, there's, like, a gravity well, and the elves are throwing presents out, and it's being sucked up. It was pretty cool. What?
I don't know.
But was inside the bag, was that just the North Pole, or was that its own little area?
That was like the Ant-Man universe.
The quantum realm?
The quantum realm. Those are quantum gifts.
They never explain whether the elves are in the train.
Oh.
They're quantum elves.
We got a choo-choo.
I forgot about the
Scott
train.
Lang's in there. He's lost.
The elves are Skrulls! Explains everything!
Hashtag confirmed.
So what if Santa
Dies.
Well, apparently he have only ever missed one Christmas, and the way he explained it was, you ever heard of the Dark Ages? And that was his explanation of what happens if he misses Christmas.
People get angry when they don't get things.
What
because
about
we're
Christmas? What is it?
greedy.
Christmas spirit. Christmas spirit is down to 13%. He was just so. Kurt Russell was so serious about that. At least
I'd like to see like full
At least he didn't
on.
make his stupid
Mine's
sleigh
so
run on
much.
Christmas
I'd
power.
like to see some
There's a
full
lot
on
of
Escape
them
from
that
New
do
York.
that though.
Serious Santa Claus with an eye patch.
I guess it does make sense though.
Elf does that.
I was referencing Elf directly.
Aww.
But it was just a joke on how inefficient that actually is in real life.
Well, yeah.
It makes sense because, like, if people don't want Christmas, then Santa Claus can't do his thing. But at the same time, that's also like, just like use gasoline or something, man. Like, just it's
gasoline.
like if it's gonna run off magic, just make it run off magic. Don't make it run off of. Don't sap people's life force
It's
around
like
Christmas
your
time.
elves
That
can
seems
make
kind of weird.
anything.
Santa's just sucking up our spirit and be like, oh, that's my power now. Mwah, 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 mwah. I
it's
see
like-
you when you're sleeping.
It's like Monsters Inc.
Yeah, kind of.
He could just use
you.
screams.
That hand motion I made when I said that's a bit disturbing, but Santa's creepy. I killed William. He's just dying. I need to
William dead.
I need to just keep Snapchat
Dead.
open at all times so I can just record William when he.
One day
it wasn't
we'll
that
record
funny.
everything.
It wasn't that funny. Why are you laughing? He's just like he's literally rolling on the floor laughing. Oh, he's on the couch.
Why are you laughing?
wasn't expecting it.
Jesus Christ.
Guys,
So tired.
he's broken.
I broke William.
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis. But yeah,
could also be in
a lot of
Christmas
magic stuff.
stories.
His hat's magic makes him go all whooshy.
I was about to go, woo.
He's,
It's a very nice hat. Make all the other ladies go,
he can't.
woo.
What's your problem? Jesus. Can't get nothing done. Can't. Oh.
It's one of the best quotes from that movie. That's a Kurt Russell movie too.
What?
Guardians 2.
Oh.
What'd you say?
I thought you get some jewelry, a nice hat, make all the other ladies
Let's
go,
go.
woo.
I laughed so freaking hard when he did that. And
It's the best scene out
Karen
of that
Gillian
movie.
is so dumbstruck when he says that. I wonder if he was supposed to have
I
done
don't
that.
think he
Because
was.
she looks at him like he just said something dumb, like the actor's like, what? And it's so funny though because they probably just saw a ton of him because he does the motion capture for Rocket, so they
Yeah.
see a lot more of him than we realize
Yeah.
they do. So I wonder. He has a lot of that. Like when he's sitting there singing along with the song, going soup, soup. I was like, how planned was that? Like, was that in the script, or did he just decide to do that, or did they have the song playing? He's like, you know what's a good idea? It makes me wonder.
My love for him is so strong.
The-
He's so great.
I honestly, him and how we end up on Marvel? We should have done this in the Marvel podcast. Dadgummit.
I blame Kurt Russell.
Him and Yondu show the most emotion. Like when
Yeah.
Yondu's doing the whole him dying thing, yeah. But like when
When he goes to him going, I didn't mean to start a
they
mutiny.
killed all my friends. I'm just
I'm
like,
like-
I literally, if I'm having one of my bad days, I'm like, I can't watch this
It's
anymore.
like, I can't do this.
Oh, that movie's so good. I still have issues with it. I feel like after Yondu died, they should have toned down the jokes a little bit. They hit a bit too hard right after he died, but whatever. Except he didn't say frickin'. I also one of the only people that didn't think that was funny, but whatever.
Yeah.
I had other notes about the Christmas Chronicles. What was it? I was gonna talk about more inefficiencies. If his bag goes missing, he has a tracker, but instead of like telling what direction or like telling exactly where, it goes beep beep. And if you get closer, it goes beep, 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 beep. And that's it. So they're in the middle of Chicago. Anywhere in Chicago the bat could be, and they have to play Red Hot
Chili Peppers.
They have to play like...
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
California, rest in peace.
The way he says give it away faster the closer that you get to it.
Get away.
Fornication.
But there...
Then he gets to it, and it just switches.
It's funny, though, because... Alicia was making fun of that. She says, so they just have to wander around Chicago with this random, like, hot, cold thing, hoping they don't get mugged. And he gets mugged. And kidnapped, as a matter of fact.
Who kidnapped Santa Claus?
No, it wasn't the kid. Santa Claus, the
Naughty
kid.
children.
Oh.
They kidnapped the kid.
They're on the
I
naughty
guess
list.
if they would have been called Santa. now.
Also, that intro. I don't know. I mean, it's a Christmas movie, but the moment that intro started, I was like, he's going to die. That's going to die. And sure enough, I was right.
Where did they
I was
get
like, this montage is going way too quick. Someone's about to die. They tried really hard to make me get attached to one of these characters.
The idea that kids actually make videos for Santa. Who does that?
They might.
I know several people that do that.
I wonder
Why?
It's because there's a
just-
website
That's the
where
age we are now. Like,
they have a dressed up Santa that talks directly to kids through webcam.
That's weird.
Like you if you have kids, you can log on to that website and you and your kid can talk to a webcam Santa.
that sounds really creepy. Like, that sounds so shady. Is it like a free service, but you pay in tips?
You pay in
I don't
cookies.
know. I just know it exists. Like you can talk to a webcam. It like only for like a couple minutes, I think. But I think a lot of it's
I
pre-recorded
have so many
stuff.
cam girl jokes that I'm not gonna make and just pretend like I did.
Good, you dirty-minded.
The dirty Santa.
30 cent.
The way you explained it just sounded so shady.
That's what it is. It's this
See,
website.
back in
where
my day, your parents would go to the grocery store and there'd be
it's
a little
like,
thing
talk
set
to
up
Santa.
where you could actually
never
get
did the whole
a
Santa thing.
letter.
You push a button and this camera comes up and it's Santa Claus and you can talk to him.
I apparently have always been the worst grumpy kid ever. I refuse.
Brad was birthed as a cranky 50-year-old
They say,
man.
I mean, I don't know if it's true, but they say I didn't cry. I just looked really mad at everyone. But he's just so easy to break right now. I refuse to believe in Santa. I've been told, at least, that I refuse to believe in Santa because it just didn't make sense. I was like, deer don't fly, mommy. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, and see, I was the
Like,
kid.
and that's just so young, Brad.
Yeah.
Yes.
And see, I was the one who literally, my great uncle dressed up as Santa one year for one of our family things, and they had bought toys to give out to all of the family. And whenever he got ready to leave, I ran to my room and looked out the window to try and find the reindeer flying, and they had to come get me, or else I would have saw him walking out and like getting his other clothes.
The reindeer is sick.
One time.
He has to take his Chevy.
I had like actual reindeer feed that my dad's best friend had sent down from Iowa that we would leave out with the milk and cookies.
One time years ago when my nephews were still like 5, 6, really small, we were driving somewhere at night and we drove past. It was like, I think it was Christmas Eve. We were driving somewhere and there was a cell tower with the red light. And my mom was telling them, "Hey, look, it's Santa. You can see Rudolph." And they were like, "Oh, it's Rudolph." And go on about it. And I was in the back of the van, just idiots.
When I was little, I convinced my little cousin that one of the statues in their house was actually Santa's secret camera to make sure he wasn't evil.
me and Bree just found out on our own because we were sitting around the table for breakfast one morning and we got on the topic of it. And in that conversation that me and Bree were having with Mom, we just started connecting dots and realized that Santa wasn't real, that it was her.
My parents told me because we were going to be going on a trip for Christmas. They're like, we're not going to try and keep up this charade of packing all her gifts, getting them there, and doing all this. We're just going to sit her down, tell her. So they told me and then said, now sit back here and we'll set up your Christmas before you leave. And I was like, cool. So I sat in the back and then I got to go into the living room and see all my gifts like several days early. No, I mean, I guess that's one way to break it to someone who actually really enjoyed it. You know, like, hey, it's not real, but here you get to have it early.
Yeah.
None of my family does it for, most of them for religious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if you are religious, you're supposed to be like, hey, there's this man that can see everything you do and knows if you've been good or bad. So
And it's God.
And so he rewards you. No, the worst part is, and he rewards you. And then a few years later, like, oh, he's not real. But there really is one. We're not lying this
I
time.
didn't think about that.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I always connected it as just the idea of something being fun. But I was also a good kid, so I didn't.
Yeah, it's just the problem.
They
Yeah,
didn't
just-
use it as like a looming thing for me. There
Yeah.
was never the, oh, Santa's gonna, because, I mean, I wasn't a bad kid.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
bad.
care.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
That was the thing about me. I found out when I was still so young when I found out that I still had to keep the secret for years because my little brother was still only like 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to play along with
Oh,
it.
see, after I found out everything, I would stay up late and my dad would fall asleep. My mom was the one who did like everything. So after dad fell asleep, I'd set up my own Christmas gifts. So I'd see what all I got. I helped wrap some of my Christmas gifts.
That's so pointless.
I put together my Easter basket, my mom's Easter basket, my dad's Easter basket, and everything. And then I would just wake up the next morning and act surprised.
That's
my mom knew
stupid.
all about it. I just had fun doing it after
That's
that.
a stupid holiday, Easter. Why do we celebrate Easter? That's so weird.
Yeah.
It is weird. I don't know.
It's so commercial,
So,
but I guess they
yeah.
tried to push it
I
because it's the last in the
understand-
holiday season.
It's like I understand the non-commercialized religious aspect of Easter and why that would be celebrated.
it depends. Like
But-
Easter, as we know, it's still is just as bad as Christmas. It's not a Christian holiday.
Well, yeah. But I mean, I understand why a church would celebrate
Yeah.
it. But the Easter bunny, food, candy.
This is the
I
worst
love-
time of the year.
This
Because
is the most
we-
worst time of the year.
We have 7 months where each month has a holiday. Especially the worst time for retail because we just cycle from one holiday to another.
For him. Worst time for him. Because he has to put it all up and take it all down.
It sucks.
As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't change. We just get a little busier.
Yeah, I guess.
It actually gets a little easier because instead of like people like, I need some sliced ham, people go, I need a whole ham. I'm just like, here you go, and I'm done.
I want a
job
modern
is a little bit
day.
easier.
I want a modern day retelling of A Christmas Carol, and I want it to be a stingy shopper being terrible to retail people, and a bunch of ghosts visit them and haunt them. It doesn't have to have a moral. I just want that to happen.
I think everyone in retail wants that to happen.
But I mean, you know, if you were gonna do a modern Christmas Carol, you know,
All black cast. Tyler Perry's
All
Medea
women.
Christmas Carol.
they're about to be doing one last Medea movie.
Yeah, I
and he's
know.
ending it. He's killing off Medea.
Tyler Perry plays
Really
the
gonna
ghost
kill
of
her
Christmas
off.
past, present,
Yeah.
and
You're
future.
gonna die.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so
And then
But-
he's like, psych, and the next one takes place in like heaven, and she's just screwing everything up.
Hallelujah.
I can see that.
I could too. That's the sad thing. But
All right,
anyways,
so
Christmas.
we've got the Christmas Chronicles is a really cool new Christmas movie.
as far as Christmas movie goes, I really enjoyed it. It definitely had that forced drama at the beginning, but it actually kind of started to feel a little bit less forced as the thing went on. And it was really interesting seeing them pull, instead of being like, you need to be good, and instead of like, it was almost kind of Christmas Carol-y. It's like, instead of like, oh, you guys need to be good, it's like they go to prison and they see like, when was it? Oh, he's this one guy. He's like, oh yeah, because Santa just knows everyone. He's like, oh yeah, he just got out of prison for all sorts of stuff, and he already stolen a car, which honestly is going to be your future, kid. I'm surprised you're not there already. I'm just like, oh, Santa's rough. That's some tough love.
I mean, he's been around for a while.
He's not
probably-
round. He's got a nice figure.
Well, I had to add the for a while because he's been around makes him sound like he's been with a lot of people.
Well, maybe he has. He's lived for thousands of years. You don't know what kind of relationship him and Mrs. Claus
What?
have.
What
Like
is-
she's alone with
So-
all them elves for so long. You don't know.
Oh no!
Ew. What
Do
is?
you think they do? I'm not even gonna go there. Never
Nope,
mind.
Never
Nope.
mind.
So anyway,
Anyways.
on to we've talked about a new Christmas movie we like. What are some classics? It doesn't have to be like classic, but what are some Christmas movies in your library?
The
That
Muppets Christmas Carol is the best Christmas movie.
I don't know that I've seen that.
It is. I think it's the best iteration of A Christmas Carol.
No.
Just because it's just I feel like the Muppets add a extra layer of heartwarmingness to it.
Maybe. I'm actually really fond of Patrick Stewart's Christmas Carol.
I know
I don't think
that
I've ever seen that one.
It is like full on book adaptation version of Christmas Carol.
Kelsey Grammer has a Christmas Carol movie too. I actually think it might be a musical.
I've never
I was gonna
seen.
say-
I've only ever seen Muppets Christmas Carol and the Jim Carrey one.
See, I've seen I want to say that I've seen the Muppets Christmas Carol. I just don't remember it. And then there's Disney's Mickey
Right.
Christmas Carol, which
Oh,
I
yeah,
also like.
that
That
one.
one scares me and I don't know why.
I watched that yesterday. Actually,
Then there's the Jim Carrey one, which I actually, despite the animation being kind of creepy because
Carrey
it's
was
super
terrifying.
I thought you said
realistic,
despise. I
it's
thought you were about to say
still really
despise. I despise it.
good. But I really like that one.
It's not bad.
And then
There's Patrick Stewart's.
there is a
Kelsey
Kelsey
Grammer.
Grammer one.
Yeah,
I,
I don't
feel
know.
like there's one with
I've
Liam
seen one.
Neeson.
The Liam Neesons. Liam Neeson's is my. I'm gonna make that joke every podcast now.
Let's see.
There's
There's
a really
a-
old one I've seen too, and I don't know which one
I've
it
seen
is.
one that was almost like silent film.
Yeah,
They show
Patrick
each year.
Stewart. Yeah, there's a lot.
Liam Neeson's knee, son.
Michael Caine is in the Muppets one.
Oh,
There's
Sold.
an animated one apparently with Tim Curry
Interesting.
as Scrooge.
I could see that. I I kind of want to see that, but why is so many Christmas carols? Does the Doctor Who episode count?
I would count the Doctor Who episode.
Sure.
It's got nothing to do with Christmas Carol.
I think because
except,
it's a
Well, no,
is
because
Christmas Carol
it kind of does.
public.
Yeah,
it probably is
that's
because
probably
it's
why we
been
get
around
so
for
many
so
of 'em.
long.
but still, like Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Like Robin Hood, Sherlock Holmes.
That new Robin Hood movie, boy, it got good reviews, guys.
I'm still gonna go see it.
What was it, like 8%?
Like a
I
2.
think it got on critical and user review.
God.
Yeah, not good.
8%.
I think it was 12 actually. I was gonna say, It's a Wonderful Life is one I've seen a lot.
You know, the first time I ever saw It's a Wonderful Life, you made me watch it.
I remember that. Did we finish it? I don't remember
Yes.
finishing it.
Because I literally brought over a whole thing of leftover
It's a
stuffing.
long movie.
Yeah. It was a good movie, though.
Like It's a Wonderful Life.
All the claymation ones.
Huh?
All the claymation movies are the good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I feel like there's 3 classic claymation ones, and I can't.
Yeah,
remember what they are.
Rudolph,
Rudolph.
Year Without a Santa Claus, and
Oh.
Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
I have not seen Year Without a Santa Claus.
I'm not too
That's the
fond
one
of
that's
them.
got the heat miser in it, isn't it?
I
That's-
like Rudolph.
Is it? Yes.
Is it?
Wait, maybe it is.
Year
can't
Without
remember.
No, Santa Claus is Coming to Town is the one with the heat
He miser
miser.
and
Okay.
and
'Cause
then
that's
the-
like a Santa origin story.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that one is the one that has
Year Without a Santa Claus.
like kind of icy wizard looking guy,
Yeah.
and he
Yes.
sings the "You Put One Foot in."
Yes.
Front." I love
Year
that
Without a
song.
Santa Claus is the one with the New Year baby, I believe.
Oh, see, I haven't seen that one.
I don't think I've seen all of that one. I'm
And
not
then-
too fond of Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
You know how when I do that thing with my hair and he calls me pineapple head,
Mhm.
my mother's side of the family calls me heat miser. Just random tidbit.
And then there's the while they're not the old kind of like stop motion claymation movies or whatever, the Frosty the Snowman movies are pretty old too.
Oh,
Yeah. I forgot about those.
Happy birthday.
That's a
You've
weird
got
one.
some classics. All of the other reindeer is a classic.
Is it? Because we've never heard of it.
Never heard of that movie.
Really? They did a sequel to Frosty the Snowman
Yeah.
that came out like 10,
It's
12, 13
yeah,
years
It was
It's a
Chili
pretty
the
long time.
Snowman.
ago. Huh?
It was Slushy,
They got
the
Slushy the
snow
Snowman.
cone.
Slushy
Rudolph
the snow
sequel.
cone. Next year they're making one. He's just gonna be Dippin' Dots.
Speaking
Speaking of
then
Dippin' Dots, we
there's-
sell Dippin' Dots at work. In the freezer section. I didn't know that.
Hmm?
We sell Dippin' Dots at work.
That's
Oh
important.
yeah, we do. Don't
It's
we?
like $5 for like, you know.
Yeah, but Dippin' Dots are like that anyway. There's Charlie Brown Christmas. It's a classic. Okay, my favorite thing in Charlie Brown Christmas that I relate to so hard is the part where she's like, "Play Jingle Bells," and he's like playing it, and she goes, "No, no, no," and she goes into and he plays it a little, and she's like, "No, no, no," and then boom, 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 just so angrily. I live for it. And then
What's some other good Christmas?
Honestly, I've seen the. We already talked about them, but I've seen the Rudolph one more times than I think I can even count. I've seen it so much that I used to be able to do all the voices of all the characters. I
Really?
can't do it anymore. But I used to be able to sing in character as those stupid, like that stupid dentist elf.
the unwanted toys.
And no, not the Unwanted
Oh.
Toys, the elf. I can't, and I'm not going to try it. I don't think I can do it anymore, but it's just such a weird.
You can't fire me.
I quit. Why don't I? It's just way too nasally, but I think Rudolph.
What?
Yeah, it's the sounds in that.
Herbie, why aren't you making toys?
That was pretty good.
Hey, old Bumble.
Bumbles bounce. Right. I find it weird that they cut. Like most of us are only now figuring out that the whole reason he was looking for silver and gold is that, or tasting his pickaxe when he's looking for silver and gold is because he was supposed to be looking for a candy cane vein, but he forgot what he was looking for.
Oh my god!
Because they cut out of the movie at the end where he finds and he tastes, he does the thing and he licks his pickaxe like candy cane or peppermint or whatever. It's just weird. I was like, why would they cut that? Anyways, I'm really annoyed that I can't remember how to do that elf's voice. If I heard it, I probably could. I used to be able to sing the whole song. Not proud of that.
I've so far been kind of trying to marathon Christmas stuff, seeing as I apparently didn't do it for Halloween this year. So
I don't have time. I shouldn't even be doing this podcast all the time.
same. But it's like I've already watched Elf because I love Elf. It's such a cheesy movie. And I've already watched Christmas Vacation because that's a staple in my house. I love that stupid movie. Like, I love that movie so much. That one's probably like one of my top quotable movies too, is Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah, Christmas Vacation's a good one. How did we not already say Christmas Vacation?
Because we started with the classics.
Exactly.
So Christmas
Yeah.
Vacation
What's
is
more
a classic.
classic than Shitter's Full?
Christmas Vacation. Have either of you ever seen Fred Claus?
No.
Is that the one that's got Vince Vaughn?
Yeah,
No.
it's okay.
What do we feel about?
I just watched a cheesy romantic comedy Christmas movie.
Ugh.
Oh, no. And it was The Holiday. And it's got Jack Black
I know.
in it.
I've seen that movie. Yeah.
That movie was really cute. Like, it's got Kate Winslet,
Jack Black,
Jude Law, and
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Ugh.
What about Love Actually?
I've seen it once.
I've never
I
seen it.
enjoyed it.
I haven't seen it.
It's
It's on
got-
Netflix though. I've been meaning to watch
It's got
it.
a lot of names.
Yeah, it's a British ensemble.
Next year, since we can't just keep talking about the same Christmas movies over and over again, we'll just record us watching one of the Christmas movies.
We'll find
Santa
really
Claus
obscure ones.
Trilogy.
Yeah, let's do that.
I've only ever seen the second Santa Claus
I
movie.
love
Really? I've
the
never seen the first or the third one
SCCU. The Santa Claus Cinematic Universe is amazing.
I find it weird that whole movie starts off on manslaughter.
Yeah.
Like the whole series kicks off
one of
by
the kids
manslaughter.
in the classroom, whenever they do show and tell, kind of brings that up and says, "So if I push you off the roof, I can become Santa Claus." But his boss in the first movie ends up being like Father Time or something in the third movie.
Like the actor or the character?
The actor.
Oh.
It's the dad from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Peter Boyle.
Peter Boyle. I knew it started with Peter, but my mind kept going Dinklage. And I'm like, that's not right.
Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah. But I like the Santa Claus movies.
Okay.
It's like, they're just amusing. Tim Allen plays a good Santa.
Okay.
Okay.
They're not bad.
There
They're
are some other Christmas movies.
Who cares?
I watched Christmas with
Not
the
me.
Cranks, which I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know it's based off a book
I've read the
by
book.
John Grisham?
I read the book.
Do you have the book?
No,
Oh,
I read it in high school.
I want to read it.
It's called the book's called Skipping Christmas.
Yeah, it's called Skipping Christmas, and it's by John Grisham, which makes no sense to me. He writes lawyer books, but apparently a bunch of the writers like that write Christmassy books too. I guess I don't know.
Is it John Grisham?
Yeah, it's John Grisham.
For some reason, I thought it was Nicholas Sparks.
No,
But-
it's John Grisham.
Yeah, I read that book in high school because it just. I don't remember why I read it. I just read it.
Boredom.
It's very
Because
short.
it wasn't required reading.
Yeah, it was. It's a very small book, so I breezed through it in a few hours.
I've heard that he's a pretty easy read anyway.
Yeah, because
Like, he's just a
I read a
chill
little
read.
bit of The Firm, and it's very simple. I guess when you're a writer like that, where you're just writing off name recognition alone,
Jesus.
plots don't matter. I feel like Tom Clancy's
James
the same
Patterson.
way.
No.
Seriously. Christmas with the Cranks is a good one.
It is.
Very
That movie,
solid
I
Christmas
hate that
comedy.
Christmas with the Cranks makes me cry. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the end, whenever the friendly guy comes in and he's like brought her a ham because they didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
one and the whole community comes together, even though, okay, I hate the one thing about that movie is they try and make the Cranks seem like the bad people that whole
Yeah.
time. And it's like, no, that town is filled with trash people and Dan Aykroyd is the leader. Like, they're garbage.
I mean, it's a very accurate
If you don't want to buy
representation
a
of
Christmas tree,
suburban-
you don't have to. If you don't
Follow
want to
the
buy a calendar,
rules.
you don't have to. If you don't want to put a huge frosty on your roof, you don't have to. If you want to
Well,
go
it
and
could
get
be. I kind of picture it as, I don't know if they say this, but it feels very homeowner association-y.
because they even in both the book and the movie, Dan Aykroyd's character is like the unofficial leader of the homeowner society, and I think it's supposed to make fun of how ridiculous homeowner societies
Yeah,
are.
homeowner societies are really stupid. Like, you have to follow their rules and have to
Or
do what
what?
they tell you.
They'll kick
They'll
you can pay a
charge you.
fine.
They'll charge you fees if you don't do what they tell you to. A lot of them will.
That's why you
Like-
see a lot of articles about people getting into trouble about hanging up certain stuff and everything like that because it goes against the rules of the homeowner society.
Who
I
decides-
read this one
Who
thread.
decides
The
that
president of the homeowner society.
who decides that they have any actual power? That's what I don't get. Who puts that
the
in place?
homeowner, like, it's a
the
legitimate
society.
thing.
No. It's got to be more than that. Otherwise, you couldn't get a fine. You could just not pay, and it wouldn't matter. There has to be some government institution behind it. Otherwise, nothing they do is valid.
There
don't
is.
know.
I can't remember exactly what it is, but the thing, because
How does that get into place?
Because a lot of homes come with a homeowners association
Yeah, exactly.
thing. So you're basically, when you buy a house and you're signing the contracts to the house, you're basically binding yourself to that homeowners
Yeah, but where does
association.
that come from? I wonder. Like, how does that start?
Some
I'm not
greedy
entirely
dude.
sure.
Yeah, it's all very strange to me.
Oh well. We haven't really had any Christmas class or any really big Christmas movies in the last several years.
Yeah.
I think Christmas Chronicles is the first new
It's
one.
kind of like the first,
Or the
like,
new Grinch.
Or yeah, the new Grinch.
Let's watch
But
it
that's
right now.
it.
Okay.
That's it. That's like
Yep,
the only
watched
ones
it,
from the
not
past
good.
like forever.
The Nutcracker just came out.
No, that's true.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
true.
forgot. That's completely
I
slipped
think-
under my radar.
I honestly didn't expect that one to be a big one. I just kind of.
It's good though.
Well, apparently it did okay. I think.
I enjoyed it.
Is it like
Yeah,
a
but you
straight up adaptation, or is it changed some stuff?
I don't know.
Because I could see Disney doing a really good Nutcracker adaptation, but
It's
I didn't
like-
know if that was a straight up adaptation or if it was supposed to be something different.
Do you know the story?
I'm vaguely familiar with the story. Apparently, from what I understand, this toy maker creates a Nutcracker doll,
Mm-hmm.
and the girl that he gives it to wishes that he's real, and she ends up becoming toy-sized. And in this world, and there's a sugar plum fairy, and then a rat king that wants her to be inside of his scepter or some, I don't know.
So in this
And there's
one,
a big fight where it's like songs and
so in this one, they it starts off the girl has and her sister, they just lost their mother, and it's I think like the first Christmas without her, from kind of the way it implies.
Mm.
And the mother had actually left gifts for the two girls, and the one girl received like her mother's dress and everything, and then the young girl received a puzzle box that said everything you need to know is inside this box, but there's no key.
Mhm.
And the girl is kind of like Violet Baudelaire, like
Yeah.
she's really into tinkering and stuff, and she's like, there's no key, and this is a lock, and I can't pick it, like it can't be picked. So they end up going to Christmas at who they call their grandfather, but it's her like he kind of adopted her mom
Mhm.
and everything and raised her. He was like her godfather or something, I'm not sure, but he created that and everything. And so she's wanting the key, and she's trying to find the key. And then they do this really cool thing when he gives out gifts, and it's like kind of a maypole.
Yeah.
And it's got a whole bunch of strings tied to it, and each string has a tag on it, and the tag has the kid's name, and the kid has to follow that string all through the mansion, and it leads to their gift. And hers leads to the, the four realms and everything.
Oh, cool.
And that's where she meets like the Nutcracker,
Okay.
and he's like the guard of a bridge and everything. And it's like you do meet like the sugar plum fairy and stuff like that. And there's not like a rat king, but there are rats, like little mice,
Okay.
and they'll kind of group together to create like kind of a big mouse golem and stuff. But all in all, it's really cool. They kind of tell the history of the area and what happened to it through a ballet, which I thought
Okay.
was really cool because it incorporates the ballet, which is what the Nutcracker
Yeah.
is known
It
for, is the
is.
ballet. And you hear the familiar music in it and stuff like that. And it's kind of very Alice in Wonderland meets Chronicles of Narnia.
Okay. My favorite adaptation of the Nutcracker is the Disney short film one, where it's narrated by John Cleese.
I'm
And
not shocked.
they break the fourth wall a lot. And there's one scene where he's showing off the Mickey Nutcracker to Minnie,
Mm-hmm.
and it stops working, and she's like, "Oh no, why isn't it working?" And the professor's like, "Oh, it must be broken. Let me look at it." And he takes the Nutcracker's head off
Jesus.
to look, and Minnie goes, "Why would you do that?" And John Cleese narrator goes, "Right, I'm kicking you out of the story for that," and kicks him out of the house. And it's so funny. But yeah, we really haven't gotten very many newer
Christmassy
Christmas movies. I
stuff.
think the newest one we got was Arthur Christmas back in like 2011.
I saw somewhere, because I saw the trailer and then I never saw anything about the movie, and it was a very Home Alone-esque style movie where these people broke into a home, and he used kind of Home Alone-esque traps to stop them, but it actually like injured them greatly the way that those traps would have actually hurt someone.
Mhm.
I can't for the life of me remember anything else about it. But I think it was like a year ago when I saw the trailer. I don't even know if it was real.
Don't know. Maybe not. I've just been looking at the reviews of the Nutcracker.
Oh, really?
It was not good. Even the good reviews are bad.
it was all in all. I mean, it's a freaking enjoyable little Christmas family movie.
I mean, maybe.
It's like I went in with no knowledge of anything, and I
Well, I
enjoyed
think
it.
that's the problem. They
we
shouldn't have
have
called it. A lot of people are just like, it shouldn't have been a Nutcracker movie. They should have just called it
Did we
something
have
They
else.
changed some of the
Christmas
storyline.
holiday?
From what I can tell, they changed
A lot, yeah.
all of it.
Did we have a holiday themed ish movie last year
I don't know.
to lead into Christmas?
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Maybe, probably.
Because the end of last year, all I remember is Punisher, Justice League,
2007
and
Thor
Star Wars,
Ragnarok
and Thor. Yeah,
was a Christmas movie.
like the
It's a
holidays last year
retelling.
didn't even feel like
It's a
holidays.
retelling of the Christmas story.
It was just nerd time because we got Justice League, Star Wars,
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok, Punisher, all in such a.
You see, Thor Ragnarok is a retelling of the Christmas story. Person
No,
from
it's
far
not.
away.
A Christmas
comes-
story. I hate that movie.
No, not that Christmas story. The Christmas story about Jesus.
No, I'm
Thor.
changing the subject.
You see, Thor represents baby Jesus.
No, he doesn't.
And Jeff Goldblum was there, and
I
the
hate
Hulk.
A Christmas Story so much. It's such a bad movie. I don't like it.
You know, I don't know.
don't-
I can't find anything about
So
Christmas
I've
movies from
never
last year.
seen A Christmas Story. However,
I've seen it once.
I haven't either.
I saw A Christmas Story live, and it was not that great.
I saw that movie one
It was
time,
weird because it was a musical.
and it was like, this is
Matthew
the
Broderick was
dumbest
the narrator.
Mm.
the dumbest movie.
You
It's
know,
just
though,
dumb.
the little boy from A Christmas Story plays one of the elves.
Yes, he
an
plays
elf.
the one that tells Buddy that he's doing a really shitty job.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I know, the elf in, the Santa Claus is in a lot of stuff I've seen now.
Polar
in,
Express.
Oh, Bernard.
Maybe.
He's
one
in
of the main characters in Numbers. I
Yeah.
love that show.
The Polar Express. What do you guys
I
think about
had
that movie?
such a
I've
crush
never
on
seen it.
Bernard.
Really?
Nope.
Man, it's underwhelming.
Oh my god. Last year was when A Christmas Prince came out. I hate that movie.
When what?
A Christmas Prince on Netflix came out.
It's going to be the most boring podcast ever. We're just talking about Christmas movies, kind of
No,
Let's
Wait,
let's segue over into Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh boy.
Why?
Because
Just why?
because white suburban
It's-
women
Watch it.
need to
It's
buy
all the
feminine
same
products, and they
story.
will show advertisements for those during the
I'm not.
Hallmark
It's
special
all
things.
the same
I'm
story.
not in a place to
Some
discuss this.
girl is not being like as respected as she should be and understood like she should be. So she goes to a small town, leaves the city, goes to a small town, meets some burly dude named like Jack, and he shows her the true meaning of Christmas by having a beard and muscle and being able to break
Reminds me of
wood.
that Jennifer Lopez movie that's about to come out. It's almost the exact same thing, except I lied about who I am, or maybe it's already come out. I don't know.
And sometimes there's a dog.
Usually there's a dog.
I don't know, but I never realized just how much I did not like Polar Express until last year. We all went to. They played at
The
the
Man Who
McWayne
Invented
Center.
Christmas came out last year.
They played at the McWayne Center, and we went to see it. And I was just like, "Wow, this movie is actually really bad and boring, and I don't like it at all."
But yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think Star Wars really did just take over anything that was Christmas.
The Man Who Invented Christmas starred Christopher Plummer,
Elf is really good.
the guy who's not Kevin
I like
Spacey.
Elf.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, him. I know him. He's
Christopher Plummer.
yeah.
But no, I've wanted to see The Man Who Invented Christmas because it's about Charles Dickens and him writing A Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was gonna go see that and never did
Same.
because Movie Pass was like, "You want to go see this movie?"
Go watch Trolls. Did you know there's a second Elf movie? It's not very good.
No, I didn't
Was
know
that-
It's
That come out in theaters?
animated.
Oh,
No,
that's right.
it came on television. It's animated, and Buddy the Elf is voiced by Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
Yeah, not very pleasant.
Oh.
Let's bash some Christmas music.
Didn't do that.
Yeah, we were gonna do that earlier, and I stopped.
And you
us.
stopped
Christmas
me.
Shoes suck. That's the only bad Christmas song.
Is it?
All other Christmas songs are okay.
Is it?
What about that one we were just talking about?
Is it?
Last Christmas,
Yeah,
it's still good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
Working at a place that catered to the southern country variety, I can attest that country Christmas music is not that great.
I don't mind it.
Oh gosh, it's the worst.
Literally, I still forever will have
Have you ever
ingrained
had
in my
to
head.
listen to it on loop
Santa
like our
looked
Publix
a
ones?
lot like Daddy. Daddy looked a lot like him.
Oh, are you talking about like covers of classic Christmas songs or just like original country Christmas?
Anything
Both.
in general.
Because I don't mind like country covers, but like I've never even heard an original country Christmas song.
Santa
I
looked
saw
a
Santa
lot
Claus
like
in a
Daddy.
Chevy truck.
Daddy looked a lot like him.
What is this?
Something.
Wasn't there another?
something.
There's another really
Daddy
country.
was much too thin.
There was another country Christmas song that I feel like was almost weirdly risque, and I can't remember what it was.
Jeff
Santa
Fox, where they did
baby,
a 8
Put a
redneck
sable under the tree.
Okay, so-
for me.
Okay, it's cold outside.
Been
I
an
get the
awful
context
good
of the time
girl.
because the context of the time is that it's supposed to be, unacceptable for a lady to stay at a man's
wanna
house.
stay, yeah.
I hear this crap every year.
But
I'm so tired of this argument.
I've
But
been
we're not
I made this,
arguing,
I
we're
made this
just
argument
discussing
like
it.
5 years ago. I never heard anyone talk about it before. This is why I think it's so funny. But it does sound so bad. Now it does sound really bad.
Remind me when we end this podcast and let you listen to the worst cover of it. Literally, I have a cover that's so bad that they actually role reversed the voices. And I'm pretty sure it's because had the male sung the male part of that song, it would be the creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Nice.
Like, it had to be the female coaxing him, or else, like, they would have both been arrested. I don't know.
Oh,
it was
wow. You know what
horrid.
the best Christmas song is? Any Christmas song
Sir, I want
by
to
the
buy these
Carpenters.
shoes for my mama, please.
No, that song is garbage.
Alien for Christmas? Who's
I'm
singing that?
so
Is it Bowling
sick
for
of
Soup?
that
That does that one?
Did you listen to the one that I
song
sent
is
you?
the most blatant emotion grab.
What?
You know
Which
it's a
one?
movie too,
Christmas
right?
shoes. Yes,
I've
and
never-
I hate it too.
It stars
have-
Rob Lowe.
I have
I
no
know.
idea.
It's a
Christmas
story
shoes?
about a boy who can't afford
never heard the
like
song.
shoes, and he goes to buy shoes. His mom's got cancer,
Isn't
and
there
she's
just
dying.
holes where he tries to get the shoes and they just fall on his head? Is that not what we're talking about here?
No.
No. Sir, I want to buy these shoes for my mama, please.
I'm so tempted just to start turning
It's
down William on
Christmas
the
Eve
recording.
and
No,
these shoes
no,
are
no.
just
No,
her
no.
size. Could
And-
you hurry,
Oh, there's
sir?
a mute button. I can just click
Daddy
that.
said there's not
Interesting.
much time. You see, she's been sick for quite
Oh my
a
god,
while.
it's like
and
a rave.
know these shoes will make her smile, and I want her to look beautiful when Mama meets Jesus.
All right, we're done.
tonight.
We're done. We're done.
It sucks. It's an awful song.
That's why he just sang all of it.
It's the
I-
most
I guess-
blatant
I guess we're done. I don't know what else to
emotion
talk about.
hook.
This is the worst podcast
It's
ever.
manipulative and it's terrible and manipulative.
Like a Hallmark
awful.
movie.
there you go.
Christmas Shoes is the Hallmark movie equivalent of all Christmas music.
It is a Hallmark movie.
It was a song first.
I mean, I guess there's a song, another country song by a singer when he was little. His name was Billy Gilman, and he sang a song called "Email Santa," and it talks about how he's gonna go high tech instead of writing and just email Santa. And I feel that's a good loop around to the Christmas Chronicles, where these kids apparently decide to just send YouTube videos to Santa as if Santa's got time to scroll the internet.
You know what the worst Christmas song is? 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
5 golden rings.
So there are
Way off key for that
there
one.
is one good version of 12 Days of Christmas, and it is
The
the
Shrek one.
It's a
No,
lie.
it's the one that Disney sings, and it's because each Disney character has a different like line, like they sing
Yeah.
a different day, and by the time it gets to the bigger ones, you hear like the chaos that is happening. And I'll never forget, on the 12th day, everything's just going like to garbage, and you hear Goofy go 5 onion rings, oh yuck, and it's the best thing ever.
I like the Muppets version.
Oh my god.
Payday has one. And if you play Payday, it's hilarious because they reference a lot of the issues you have in
Did
Payday.
you listen to that one that I sent in the Discord?
I never got a chance. I was at
It's
work
the
at the
same
time.
guy who does that song, the Hello Mother, Hello
Yeah.
Father. But in his, about halfway through, he goes, and that other stuff, and just goes to the first thing. And so he gets done with the song.
Oh.
It's kind of funny.
I just hate the song because we used to have to play it. But
Good
yeah,
Christmas song.
I think
Silver
we're done.
Bear.
There's nothing left to talk about.
Silver Bears, apparently.
Silver Bears.
Silver Bears. It's Christmas time.
What was it I did in that last
forest.
podcast? Which one was it I did to freak you guys out? I think it was the Little Drummer Boy one.
Mhm.
Daylight come and me want to go home. Dun, 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 dun.
The
Man, you guys were
three-
freaking out. It was hilarious. I don't
The
know.
only 3 Christmas albums you'll ever need is the Elvis Christmas album, the Beach Boys Christmas album, and the Carpenters Christmas album.
We have a cover of a Beach Boys song that plays at work, a Beach Boys Christmas song, and it bothers me that it's not the actual Beach
Is
Boys.
it Little Saint Nick?
Yeah.
That's like the quintessential Beach Boys Christmas
Yeah,
song.
I love it. I love the Little Saint Nick. It's a little Saint
Well,
Nick.
way up north where the air gets cold.
There's,
Tale about Christmas. I don't know.
No idea what you're talking about.
but
I hope
I love when I think of like good Christmas songs, I think of songs I really enjoyed playing in band, and our version of We Three Kings
Yeah, it
was so much fun. And then I feel just music wise, Trans-Siberian Orchestra and Mannheim Steamroller,
Well, yeah.
like
Obviously.
our
I
Christmas.
saw TSO for the first time last
Shut
year.
up!
And
No
it
one
was
likes you.
It was a religious experience.
I could imagine.
It was pretty good.
Their version of We Three Kings gives me life. I die every Christmas, and
I
that
was-
brings me back.
Thoroughly amused, entertained, and mind blown. I wouldn't do it again though, because I don't remember
It
how
was
much
great,
the
but I'm never
tickets
doing it
were.
again. Oh,
But
it's
I
probably a
bought
lot.
'em, but I don't remember how much they were.
I just hit my mic.
It was quite an experience. All right, I got nothing else to talk
I don't
about.
either.
Well, this is probably going to air after
More than likely.
So
Who knows?
if you had
When's
a
the
good
Deadpool
Christmas.
Christmas supposed to come out?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I forgot about that.
Oh well, it's gonna be crap anyways.
That trailer made me laugh, though.
here first. It's gonna be shit.
That trailer was pretty funny, though. Well, anyway, hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. Enjoying. You're not even near your mic.
You're nowhere near your microphone.
None of that's going to pick up. But hope that y'all had a good Christmas, or not if you didn't want
Don't
one.
grab your mic like that. I'm pretty sure that picks up. I'm pretty Yeah, kind of, but not
Toot,
all.
toot.
Oh, Jesus. That is so loud. That is so very, very loud.
Oh, yeah.
Have yourself
a
merry little
Christmas.
I don't know the rest of the words.
Yuletide gay.
Oh, gosh.
From now on.
Don we now our gay apparel. Fa, la, 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 la.
Okay, that's great. We should just record a
New
singing
poll. How many Christmas songs use the word gay? And go.
Christmas. 2.
Shut up. I bet you there's a third one.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
That's pretty gay.
Jack Frost,
nipping off
at
your nose.
That's also pretty gay.
Yuletide carols being sung
Years-
in a fire.
Years ago.
Jesus. That got dark.
Years,
And
years ago, I was going to. Do you remember in the campaign Zach Galifianakis' character? Well, his Seth character. Yeah. Years ago, I wrote this thing where I was going to call into the Delilah show and pretend to be that character. And I was going to request that song, but in character, I couldn't remember what it was, so I was going to start singing it. I was going to be like, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and see how far into the song I could get before she stopped me.
Jesus.
The only reason I never did it is because I knew I couldn't keep a straight face. I wouldn't have been able to. Good night, everybody.
You just really loving grabbing that microphone.
It's so much fun having our own mics.
I feel like a frontsman.
I would love to get like...
It fulfills my fantasies of being a lead singer in a
band. I wanted to get proper mic mounts. So like the kind that, you could grab and move around and won't make any noise.
Yeah.
But they were in like the hundreds of dollars. That one's got some issues. I need to fix it.
So I've noticed.
It's not that. But anyways, let's wrap this up.
Yeah. All right, so Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope y'all enjoyed Christmas. If you do Christmas, if not, just hope you had a good day.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
From Magic.
Or if
Happy holidays. Only people from Alabama will get that.
Only people from
Here's
Alabama.
Here's to you, our Alabama listeners. I hope you don't know me in real life.
Our good old yeast to our halls.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Yeet.
Merry Christmas to Paul.
William just dabbed for anyone that wants to know.
I like to imagine Santa Claus just jumping roof to roof and slam dunking presents down the chimney.
Boom!
Do you think he just yeet?
Yeah, he stands on one roof in the neighborhood and yeet!
Yeet.
He just 3-point throws every single
Instead of
he's
a
got
new
one of those
Space
t-shirt
Jam
cannons.
Okay, so movie concept. Aliens come and take Santa Claus. So Michael Jordan has to be Santa.
Quick, call a 1990s Warner Brother executive.
That's actually not the worst idea I've ever heard.
He lands on one roof and he's just like, y'all ready for this? He's just slam dunking presents down the chimney.
And then he does the whole dramatic arm stretch.
We can still do that, but it can be Shaquille O'Neal.
He has to finish Christmas before the sun rises. Our Santa can never return.
Oh, wow. No, Shaquille O'Neal's too far
Bill
gone
Murray
now.
shows up.
Shaquille O'Neal's already in his, always in commercials phase. He's too far gone
That's
for
the perfect
major
time.
motion picture.
Was Michael Jordan already doing Fruit of the Loom by then?
I don't know.
Yes, he was.
See?
Yeah, but
perfect.
it's different.
A little shake, a little tingle.
Fruit of the
shake,
Loom commercials?
A little tingle.
Those were high quality
Fruit of the
commercials.
Loom
I'm talking about.
Are
Icy
not
Hot,
the same
help me
as the
serve.
general auto insurance
He also
commercials.
does
other
Icy
ones-
Hot, thank you very much, which was a lifesaver
Well,
after
could be
my
next.
wreck.
Yeah, but these are
skin,
used
skin.
car
I
salesman
nurture my
level
skin. Shh, no telling.
He's-
Have you ever seen that video?
He's also a flat earther. His reasoning being that if the Earth was round, wouldn't skyscrapers be pointing up sideways?
Is it really? Did you just ruin Shaquille O'Neal for me?
I'm not making that up.
Did you just?
I am absolutely not making that up.
I refuse to accept it.
it might not be true.
We gotta wrap this up because I gotta pee.
Yo, yiggity, yo. Okay, so
I said a hip hop, hippie to hip top. You don't stop.
You just said we have to wrap this up.
So
I got
if
caught up in a
you
moment.
guys enjoy our podcast.
I have a crush on Santa Claus, the new Disney Channel original movie.
Starring Tim Allen.
I thought you just meant like the Kurt Russell.
Emily
You have a
Osment.
crush on the Kurt Russell
Well,
one.
the new one, they realized that Tim Allen is like some mean, hateful guy, and so some kid like Emily Osment just pushes him off the roof and takes over being Santa.
The Santa Claus 4 is ginger bent now.
Okay.
It's
Santa
like,
Claus 4 more.
So looking it up. And looking it up, he made the flat earther comments, and then there was this outrage, and he's like, "LOL, just trolling." But
that could be true. He could just be bad at the internet. He's old.
I don't think he was, but let's go with it.
You're not going to ruin Shaquille O'Neal. He's a little shake and a little tingle. Okay. So anyway, tell us what some of your favorite Christmas movies are, and you can tell us on our Gmail at nerdlykingdom@gmail.com, on our Twitter at @the_nerddom, on Facebook at the Nerdly Kingdom, or on our Instagram, which is also the Nerdly Kingdom. We'd really love to hear some of the stuff y'all enjoy, because apparently we just don't know much Christmas stuff. Yeah.
We don't know no Christmas.
We don't know no Christmas. God bless
We
us,
need a little Christmas.
everyone.
Need a little Christmas.
Hey, William. William. Sir, I want to buy these shoes.
Jesus Christ.
I brought these shoes for you.
Pa-rum-pa-pum-pum.
For your dead mother, please.
And on that note, we're wrapping this up. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
I watch Christmas.
You watch Christmas?
I'll watch Christmas.
I'll watch Christmas.
I'll watch it every year. I don't participate in Christmas. I just watch it go by.
Because it just.
How are you? I asked you first. You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot. We did it backwards. You're supposed to say, I'm an idiot. Now it's just,
I'm an idiot.
you're an idiot.
The great thing is you can actually
That's actually
fix
now I'm
that to
echoing.
where it would do.
I should be echoing. Yeah.
You are echoing.
Okay,
I'm the only one that doesn't echo because women don't echo.
that seems racist.
Is that
Nope.
science?
It is. It's science.
Okay, we have to actually record now.
Women's voices.
Now I'm scared that I've messed
don't
up our settings.
echo.